Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am Shannon Johnson here from Houston, Texas, and I'm excited to welcome you to the best place on the planet. I'm going to go ahead and move myself out of the way and bring up a dynamic speaker that has 100% of the information to share. She is a wife, she is a professional makeup artist here in Houston, Texas, and she is a member of the 80/80 Club. You will hear more about that shortly, but she has many awards in this opportunity as Impact Player, Fireball recipient, Breakthrough Award, and even the team MVP this year. She is a three-star director, meaning she has a team of well over 500 into the 900s, and she is a sapphire ring wearer. That means she earns 100K residually from this opportunity. Let's go ahead and put some fire emojis in the chat for Miss Brandi Holmes Dennison. Are you here with us?
I am here. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am. Looking good.
All right, girl. It is Monday. You know how Mondays are for us. It feels like a Friday, feels like a Saturday, a Sunday. They are all starting to feel the same. They are all starting to feel great. Hello, everybody. I have to give it back to that amazing woman who was introducing all of us, Miss Shannon Johnson, a one-star director in this opportunity. Also, the hostess with the mostest. Guys, she is leading a team well over 200. Shannon said, listen, I'm in my 30s. I want to get off my feet and onto the beach. She is a retired hairstylist, and this opportunity has her traveling all over. I'm going to tell her business, y'all. Shannon is about to go on a trip here soon, and Shannon pays $0. So to all of our guests on the line, let me tell you, you are in for a treat of what we're about to talk about tonight. It's actually a business that I joined back in 2019 because listen, I travel. If you are someone on here and you're going to Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, Booking.com, any of those sites, guess what? All of this time you have been giving your money away. And when I realized that, I said, okay, Brandi, you're smart. You're sharp. You know how to make some money. So why give any money away when you can be bringing it right back home into your household? So in 2019, I joined this business because I'm the family booker. I'm always booking our cruise every single year. And guys, I just needed more. If you're on the chat today and you need more, put I do in the chat. If you're looking for, ways to travel smart, if you're looking for more money, put I do in the chat because that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about some freedoms. Now, listen, we have all heard about these freedoms in our past. We've heard about financial freedom. We've heard about personal freedom. We've heard about time freedom. But sometimes we don't really know if it's available to us, right? When I came into this business, I came for travel. And then when I really started building my business and I started earning the income, I was like, Brandi, it might be possible where you don't have to show up to make every dollar. Because, guys, as a makeup artist, I had to be present. I had to touch every single face. I had to pack every single skincare order. I had to get on everybody's stage. And I really wanted to be financially free. But I knew if I had to show up for every single dollar as a solopreneur, I was not going to get there. And on top of that, the time. I wanted my time back. Some of you may be on the line right now and you have all the money you need. You're like, you know what? I'm not broke. I don't really need any more money, but I don't have any time to enjoy the money that I am earning. So this opportunity is going to show you how to get all three. We're going to talk about designing your ideal life. You're going to discover how to earn more, travel more, and experience more. I decided a few months ago that I wanted to die with memories instead of dying with dreams. How many of you on the chat, you've been able to travel, right? But you usually travel to places you can afford. We'll go to Jamaica, we'll go to Dominican, we'll hit up Vegas, we'll hit up Miami, but who wants to go to Fiji? Who's ready to get to Maldives and the Seychelles, right? We want to get to some real trips. We want to explore God's green earth. And guys, that was my dream. And I realized that I had to tap into the network that I have. We all have at least 50 numbers in our phone. We all have at least 50 followers on Facebook or on Instagram. But what we need to do now is offer something. We need to empower those individuals. And in doing that, we empower ourselves. So we're going to teach you how to embrace your network to where you can earn unlimited income. Secondly, we are talking about e-commerce. It is the way of the world. If you do not have a .com right now, you're a not com. And we just need to go ahead and say, let me rip the Band-Aid off. Guys, it's 2025. I want you to imagine what 2030 is going to look like because you need to start preparing. Everybody is making money online. It's just the way of the world, and it's only going to continue to trend that way. We remember when Walmart used to be 24 hours. Well, guess what happened? Amazon entered the chat. So when Amazon came into play, Walmart kind of had to take a back seat because people are looking for convenience. They want a way to add it to cart and ship it to their home. So we want to teach you how to make money online but with no inventory and no quotas. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And lastly, we are talking about the travel industry, but it's so much more than travel. Guys, travel is one of the largest industries in the world, but we want to teach you how to get on the money making side of that. If y'all remember, even during COVID, people were still traveling because I was in this business during that time and I was still making money because travel is always on trend and never on trial. So let me introduce who we are first. We are PlanNet Marketing. We're an online business provider and we are based in Atlanta, Georgia. And guys, come next month, which is in what, a day? We are going to be turning 10 years old. So we have been established for 10 years and we are currently in over 20 countries. But our CEO, our founder, our visionary, Mr. Donald Bradley, he has vowed to be in all 195 countries. So if you're someone with vision, say I am, because this is one of those business where you have to have vision for the long haul. You have to think about making that global money. And Mr. Bradley, what we love about him is that he became a multimillionaire in travel. So guys, we don't have a CEO that maybe went and got their millions, let's say in real estate or in some other industry, and then started a business to help us now make money in something he didn't make money in. No, if he can do a thing, guess what? He can teach a thing. And he became a multimillionaire, started this business and said, you know what? I'm going to help average individuals now earn above average income. Now, he brought on two of his friends to help lead the charge, Mr. Andy Cawthon, who was actually in retirement. Mr. Cawthon came out of retirement because Mr. Bradley said, you know what? I figured it out. We're going to travel the world and we're going to get flat out wealthy. Are you in? Well, who says no to that? I guess on the line today, I promise you after tonight, you're going to be saying, I'm ready, sign me up. Now, Miss Leanne Trokler, she's the queen on the scene. She's the one who pays us. She handles the checkbook, the bag, the money. And to date, we have paid out well over $350 million in commission. So guys, to be clear, we are PlanNet Marketing, but I want to talk about what we market. And I'm going to remove myself out the way because I have another powerhouse on the Zoom today that I would love to bring to the Zoom room. Guys, she is a millennial and a mom on the move. She is a three-star director in this opportunity, which you will learn about shortly. But basically, that just means that she is leading over 500 families in this amazing business. Not only is she a three-star director, but she is a product of the product. She travels. She lives in planes, trains, and automobiles. And she is our newest six-figure income earner, getting to sport that sapphire ring, meaning that she is earning at least minimum $100,000 in a calendar year and doing it all residually. Do I have our amazing three-star director, Miss Taz Hollins, on the line today?
Absolutely. Can you see me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you. Let's talk about our amazing product.
Look, first off, I always tell you, you didn't have to put my business out there like that. And I'm not talking about the six figures because we all know I'm just following in your footsteps. Okay, you had to pave the way. But I'm talking about being a product of the product. And you tell people that, but the honest truth, you guys, is it is very true. She gave y'all all of the great things, but I will tell you, my daughter and I, we literally travel every single month now to someplace different. And it is because we can. This business that you see in front of you put my family in a position for us to be able to live the life and have the freedom that we desire. But of course, it wasn't just from PlanNet Marketing. IntelliTravel, which is who we market, had a lot to do with that. But let me tell you about IntelliTravel. See, PlanNet Marketing and IntelliTravel genuinely have an exclusive partnership. So for everybody on the line, let me make this very clear. See, PlanNet Marketing sells IntelliTravel, meaning that if you want to get your home-based travel business started tonight, you will not be able to do so unless you went through the person that invited you. You can't go to IntelliTravel.com and say, I desire to start this business. So I would love for everybody to take 2 seconds, especially all of our guests. Find that chat box. Millennials, it might be a little easier for y'all to find it than the baby boomers. We're going to get there eventually. And just say thank you to the person that invited you out tonight. Everybody find that chat box and say thank you in the name of the individual that invited you, because I can tell you, without that individual, you would not have the opportunity to take advantage of this business. But when it comes to IntelliTravel, y'all, it's simple. And I see all the thank yous coming on in the chat box, so I love it. But IntelliTravel sells travel. So you're going to be able to own your own home-based travel business, but it is going to be the best of the best because IntelliTravel has been around for over 30 years. They received every accreditation and certification you could imagine, including an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And I always tell people, you really can't do better research than the Better Business Bureau. So we're good to go. And we also have amazing company leadership when it comes to IntelliTravel as well. Mr. James Farrar, who you actually see on your screen, is now IntelliTravel CEO. But what's really special about him, you guys, is he has been around since the inception of IntelliTravel's existence. Over 30 plus years. And I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. That's longer than I've been alive. So that's something to get excited about. But then on top of that, IntelliTravel has booked over $5.3 billion in travel to date, and over $1.5 billion has been booked just this year alone already. So you guys, this is something to get excited about because travel is definitely not on trial. Now, Brandi, I see all the thank yous in the chat. So I can tell we have some very, very, very lit guests on the line. But I want y'all to continue in that chat box because I'm going to ask you a question. And as y'all can see, this Zoom is going to be very interactive. It is not going to be boring at all. But I want y'all to tell the truth. And I mean, you're going to hear all of me and Brandi's business. So y'all can be truthful with us as well. But did you know that commissions are already built inside of your travel bookings? What does that mean? Everything that you have ever booked before, it had a commission attached to it. The only difference was if there was no travel advisor's name attached to that booking, that commission went back to that major corporation instead of your pockets. But today, we're going to change that because you're going to have the knowledge that you need to make sure you never make that mistake again. Because as an IntelliTravel agent, you guys, you can enjoy infinite possibilities as a travel business owner. See, you're going to be able to receive 70 to 80% of the commissions paid out to you directly. So literally, that means that you're receiving 70 to 80% or 70 to 80 cents off of every single dollar. So this is not a 50-50 relationship. So ladies, you don't have to worry about going half-half, all right? So this is something to get excited about. And you also are going to receive a full-fledged at-home agency, meaning you're going to have your own state-of-the-art personalized booking portal. So now you can go to you.intellitravel.com instead of going to Expedia, TripAdvisor, and Orbitz. But then you're also going to be partnered with every major supplier you can imagine. And you're going to be able to book things like group trips, individual travel. I'm talking cruises, corporate and church retreats, fraternities, sororities. If we have any Divine Nine on the line, y'all can go ahead and represent yourself in the chat. Y'all love doing that. So I definitely want to give y'all a shout out. But destination weddings, honeymoons, even divorce moons, y'all. I'm not saying I recommend it. I'm just letting y'all know you can get paid from it because people are doing it anyway. But at the end of the day, this is a turnkey business. And I do mean turnkey because it is a business in a box. Everything that you need to successfully run and operate your business, you already have. From your cell phones to your laptops to your tablets, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you are truly good to go. But you're going to have access to some things that you probably didn't imagine. Like, of course, we know hotels more than likely have commission, cruises more than likely have commission, flights, all of the above. But did you know you could actually get paid off of sports and entertainment tickets as well? So for all of y'all who was at the Breezy Bowl cutting up, or either you was going to go see Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight, because I know we have different generations on this call, no matter what concert it was that you attended or was excited about, let me let you in on a little secret. You could have gotten paid for it. And even if you weren't there, you could get paid off of everybody else that is going at this particular time frame. So y'all get ready for Beyonce Act 3 because I heard it's going to be a heck of a concert. But Brandi, there is somebody on the line and they're saying, okay, this sounds good, but why travel and why now? You have to let them know why this is the perfect time.
Listen, Taz, one, why not? Okay, because everybody is traveling. And what I have realized, if you're going to be a part of an industry, you want to be a part of an industry that's trillions of dollars, right? So it is a $10 trillion annual industry and it's looking to go to 15 trillion in the next 10 years. Because like I said, it is always on trend. But this is when I ask our guests to really put on your entrepreneurial hat, because I really want y'all to think about, just from your knowledge of travel, one, you're already using it. Two, you see everybody is now becoming travel influencers, which is making what other people travel. But y'all remember when Tulum was not a thing. Tulum blew up during COVID in 2020. We remember when Dubai used to be a desert. Dubai is now one of the #1 destinations to go and travel. The Maldives used to be the only one with the over-the-water bungalows. Now you're finding that in the Bahamas, you're finding it in Jamaica, you're even finding it right there in Florida. But guys, the next spot to hit is Saudi Arabia. So that means that people are going to continue to travel. So you might as well get in the business of what the world is doing and make what you love to do your hobby, because every generation is doing it. We're millennials. Now, listen, Taz and Shannon, they're the young school millennials. Okay. Taz is just 30, right? Shannon's in her 30s. I'm that old school millennial where I was crossing that border between Generation X, but they're giving about half, 4 trillion annually to the industry. Now, our baby boomers are booming. Okay, they are not babies anymore, and nor are they watching the babies, because they are rocking on cruise ships instead of rocking in rocking chairs, fueling the growth with 2.5 trillion annually. Then we have the good old Generation X, who is still in the workforce. Now, Generation X has subscribed to that 40-40-40 plan. They're working for 40 years, 40 hours a week, and retiring on 40% of their pay. But guys, they still want to maintain a quality of life to where they still have fun and they travel. Now, here's the thing, 40% of the pay, I don't know anybody who is going to be able to survive with the way inflation is going with 40% of the pay, right? So they're hopping into that travel business and they're making and saving money on what the world is doing. Now, Generation Z is a very special generation. This is my niece's generation. Guys, she is 21 years old. She does not have a job, and she told me she's not getting a job. So we looking at her kind of cockeyed, right? But what I know about Generation Z is that they're the digital generation. Okay, they're the ones who grew up on the internet. Soon as they came out, guys, we had a phone in their hand. They are realizing the power of AI, which is integrated into our business. They are creating apps, they are doing training, but they're also doing travel. So when you see babes in Bali, dudes in Dubai, turn up in Tulum, guys, that's Generation Z. They want to enjoy their life right now, they want to be wealthy right now, and they want to make Wi-Fi wages. They are not subscribing to waking up and rolling out to get in anybody's traffic. They're rolling over and they're getting on their laptop, because they realize that the number one research category online is travel. And so that's what they're making their money in. But before we move further, Taz, I want to bring up an individual to the chat who is a baby boomer, but we don't even call her a baby boomer because, baby, she's just booming. Okay, she is one of the fly, the hip, and the ageless, because she is a 2-star director in this opportunity, already super successful in life. But one thing that I love about her, she said, yes, I have done well, I have made my millions, but there is nothing better than saving my millions. So she got in this business to save money on what she was doing already and to help other individuals supplement some income in an amazing, fun industry. So do I have our 2-star director on the line, Miss Jacqueline Kinlock?
Yes, you do. I am here. Can you see me, Brandi? Can you hear me?
I absolutely can. I would love for you to share just your overall view of this business, because you are somebody who knows the travel industry inside and out, because you use it and you love to explore it. But when I told you about this business, you was like, what? Commission? I want you to share some of the commissions that you have seen and why you were adamant about turning everybody you know onto this business.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I like to say, guys, don't sleep on this opportunity because it's amazing. And why do I think it's amazing? Because Brandi was right. I travel all the time. So last year, my husband and I went to the Maldives. Guys, about a month later, I got a check for like $2,000. That was my commission. Now, this past summer, I was in France. Guys, one of the hotels that we stayed in, just for being a travel business owner, they said, you know what, we're going to do something real nice for you. I said, what is that? They said, we're going to take $500 a night off your stay, off your room. Each night they took $500 off. So now let's fast forward to, like, say, August. So which was just really a few weeks ago, right? I was in Thailand, came home from Thailand, and on the 1st, which is what, like in a day or two, I'm going to get a check for $1,700 from my Thailand trip. So that's why I love this business, okay? It is amazing, guys. Don't sleep on it, because the name of the game is, it's not how much you make, it's what you keep in your pockets.
Ooh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Director Kinlock. Now, really, do we need to say anything else, right? We're just telling you, turn your cell phone into an ATM, get paid on what people are doing anyway, because almost everyone you know is traveling, or at least they want to travel. Because guys, this business opened me up to more of a luxury travel because I am a travel business owner. But we have traveled for all kind of reasons, from funerals to education. Taz shouted out the Divine Nine. Y'all have to travel for conferences. And then what about a business traveler? Or what if you you want to stay right there in your city at the latest, greatest, and the newest hotel. We have a 5-star hotel here in Houston called the Post Oak. And guys, it's 5-star with a 5-star price. But as a travel advisor, recently, my coach and mentor in this business, she said she wanted to do a staycation. She went to Post Oak. It was $800 a night. But because she was a travel business owner, it was $500 a night. So who wants to pay 8 and who wants to pay 5? I think everybody would choose to pay 5. So Taz, let's talk about the money, because as someone who travels, you have been able to make money and save money in commission, but I want our guests to know just some examples of what commission can look like.
Absolutely. So one of my favorites is the frequent business travelers, because this is an individual, they have to travel no matter what, right? Pandemic, no pandemic, they had to get the job done. But say this type of individual goes to your website, and it doesn't matter if they book it at 2 a.m. Even in your sleep, if they book a 3-night hotel stay about 3 times a month, you're looking at a commission check of over $151.20. Now, Brandy, I got excited about that because it was sleep money. But let me tell you, I tell people all the time, it gets even better than that. Because say you book a 5-day golf trip to Scottsdale, Arizona for a group of 4. And before this business, I didn't know any golfers, okay? I just really didn't. But after I found out that a golfer was going to golf no matter what, and they typically like to do it in groups, I quickly discovered some golfers, because if you book a group of 4, you're looking at a commission check of over $274.86. So while they're on the green, you're making the green. So it sounds like a win-win to me. But it gets even better than that, because say you book a 7-day honeymoon trip. And I love this one, because just imagine making a couple's dream come true. And you book an all-inclusive resort, Cancun, Mexico, butler service, because we all know once you go butler, you do not go back. I know from experience. You are looking at a commission check of over $561.79. But let me tell you why I love this, because an extra $500, everybody can agree, is absolutely amazing. But think about this. If this took you 30 minutes, say it even took you an hour to book this type of trip, how many of us can really say we're pulling in over $500 an hour of work? So this is something to get absolutely excited about. But I have a spirit of discernment, and I know somebody said somewhere, that's cute, but I like my checks with a comma in it. Well, trust me, I do too. And we got that for you as well. Because say you book a 5-day group cruise. Could be a family reunion cruise, corporate cruise, whatever it is, church cruise. It doesn't matter if y'all are going with the singles or you're going with the saints. If you put together this particular cruise, 20 cabins, Western Caribbean, you are going to be excited, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to go on that trip. But instead of you coming off of that cruise ship with a 10, you're looking at a few bands, because now you're going to receive a commission check of over $2,240.17. So this is what I like to get excited about. But I want everybody to find that chat box and type no limit. Because although I provided these examples, let me tell you, there are no limits. I had a business partner that just booked a wedding. And Brenda, can I tell you, she brought in over 17,000 from that one wedding that she booked. Yeah, and trust me, y'all are going to find a little bit later on why the person who introduced her to this business was so excited. But it's amazing to see the type of income you can really earn when it comes to this business. But back to you, Brandi, because I have a feeling we have some individuals who are really and truly out here getting it when it comes to this business and when it comes to booking this travel.
Absolutely. You know what? Let me get remarried real quick so I can bring home a quick 17,000. Like you said, I'm gonna bring home a band and a man. We
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
bands. It's a win-win. But really, what we really enjoy, I don't know about you, Taz, but I still love learning. I
Mhm.
think you should never stop learning. And when I came into this business, I only knew how to be a consumer of travel, right? I didn't know how to be a merchant of travel. So I had to plug into my business. I had to go through my training. But what's so great is to go through your training and be learning and earning at the same time. So if you choose to go Dream Maker, Vacation Builder, or Travel Genius certified, it's up to you. All of our training is right there, built on our website. We get to do it at our own time, own pace. But what we love to do is educate ourselves by experience and travel. Taz, I know you went on Virgin Voyage, which is now both of ours favorite cruise. And I remember learning about the brand, just plugging in online, learning how that hammock was made by all women in Indonesia was something excited, learning about the food. And when they gifted me with a free cruise and all I had to do was pay $200, which was the taxes, I said, oh yeah, Lord, you had me land in the right place. It's just an amazing way to go and experience. But I think you have a business partner on here that you would love to bring up to talk a little bit about, some of the things that she's been able to do in this opportunity. So I would love for you to introduce her.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring up one of my business partners who is absolutely amazing, you guys. And she actually just got married, and the things that she was able to experience while being a business partner has been absolutely amazing when it comes to this business. But I'm going to let her tell her story. But do I have Miss Takira Sims on the line, one-star director and a travel booker extraordinaire?
Yes, you do. Can you hear me loud and clear, Taz?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and take it away.
Yes. Hello, guys. I was an avid traveler way before I saw this information, y'all. And when I saw it, it just made sense. Since then, guys, I have been traveling for pennies to a dollar. We just got back from Monaco. I can still smell South of France on the top of my lip, okay? And just like Taz mentioned, guys, I just got married in April. I actually met my husband on a cruise. And so, listen, we met on a cruise and we ran it back 2 years later and we got married on a cruise. We invited all of our family and friends and some business partners. And baby, we cruised to Costa Maya. And I'm telling you, 67 people was on that boat and we took over Carnival. And when I tell you, when we came back, we booked that honeymoon, but we also cashed in that comma check, okay? So like Brandi mentioned, baby, we came back with a man and a couple of bands. So this business has been absolutely life-changing, and we love to traveling from pennies to a dollar. Thank you so much, Taz.
You're so welcome. And I love, love, love to hear that because y'all just imagine you met your husband traveling, doing something that you love, but now because you're a business owner, you got to capitalize off of that very same thing. So I absolutely love to always hear her story. And Brandi, I believe that you also have a business partner who would like to share their testimony as well, but I'm gonna allow you to bring her up whenever you see fit.
Yes, I absolutely do. I'm gonna go ahead and bring her to the Zoom room because I love hearing stories and testimonies of how people's lives are changing through one of the best industries in the world. Now, this is my direct business partner who I did not know. She found me on social media. She was somebody who was already traveling, like Shannon, found her on social media. They heard money, they heard travel. They said, send me the link, I'm ready. But when she got into this business, she was already retired and she was looking for a way to supplement some income. She had no idea this business was going to do more than that. So do I have our goal builder, almost DIT in this opportunity, Miss Desra on the line today?
I am here, Coach. Can you hear me?
Yes, looking fabulous. Take it away. Share with us a little bit of your story, how much you're seeing in commissions, and why it was important to you after seeing that money, you wanted to help others do the same.
All right, guys. Good evening. Again, my name is Desiree Trahan Prescott. As Brandi mentioned, I was already retired from Child Protective Services after 26 years of service. And tomorrow is actually my 2-year retirement anniversary. So, yay me. But no, following Brandi on social media, like many of us do, and ran across one of her posts. Again, already traveling, the family booker, booking all of the girls' trips. And I was like, wait a minute. So I can get paid for doing something that I'm already doing. All right. So I sent Brandi a DM. She sent me the information for Zoom, just like we're on tonight. I hopped on and I signed up that same night immediately. I was like, this just makes sense. And it was perfect timing because I was in the process of planning our family Christmas cruise. And so I booked us a Christmas cruise on Royal Caribbean. I think it was 5 nights, 6 days out of Florida. So on the Utopia of the Seas, which is absolutely amazing, it is beautiful. So I got commission on the hotel. I booked 7, but she was fabulous. She wanted a suite so that we could all gather together on Christmas Day. So her room was a little bit more. And so I was like, okay, I don't know what my commission is going to look like. I got that email, guys, and it said my commission was $4,129. I sent Brandi a text like, what in the world is happening? I was like, this is my mission, I was like, yes, this is easy. I can do it. I wasn't thinking about building whatsoever. Like Brandi said, I hopped in. I was like, oh, I just get to earn and save on my travel. But I happened to be on a Virgin Voyages cruise with some girlfriends. Some I knew, some I was just getting to know, and just talking about the business, telling them what I was doing. And two of them were interested and said they wanted to hear more information. So when we returned back from Virgin Voyages, that was a cruise I did not book. I was on with someone else's. I
Uh-oh, I think you're
booked
freezing.
mine, but not the group cruise. She answered all of their questions. Happened. It wasn't something I was trying to do. I was just talking to people about what I was doing. And so now I've got the building bug, but I also love to book. So I'm what they call a hybrid. I love booking and I love building. But as of right now, and you'll hear more about this $4 bill a little bit later, but my business pays for itself every month. So the money that I was putting out, I've already received several times over, and I love it here. So thanks for this opportunity, Brandi, and thank you for this amazing, amazing chance to get to speak with everybody. Hope to see you guys around. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Desiree. So, guys, let's talk about what our education looks like over here, what our classroom looks like. This is an example of an IntelliTrip. Now, an IntelliTrip is where you just get intelligent about the trip because now you're in the business of travel. Guess what? The vendors are going to want to date you. So, this is Negril, Jamaica, 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive and adults only. But your price is a baby price of $4.99 per person, not per night. Now, let's up it a little bit. Let's do 5-star. Let's get a little bit bougier. Now, this is an example of a 5-star IntelliTrip in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive, but your price is only $720 for the whole entire trip. And guys, your only homework, make sure that Long Island iced tea is long and not short. Make sure those all you can eat buffets are truly all you can eat. Now, as somebody who is an entrepreneur, I was like, you know what? This sounds good. I really want to do it, but I was not in the position to take any more risk. Because if I have any entrepreneurs on the line, you know that we have taken a lot of risk in building our business from the ground up. So what I love is that IntelliTravel gave us nothing but guarantees, absolutely no risk. The number one is the best travel price guarantee. So let's say, for example, you have a client that you booked to go to Jamaica on a Monday. Well, maybe that client is still looking to make sure that you found the best rate. So if they come back to you within 7 days, they found exactly what you booked. I mean, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, but they found it for a little less. IntelliTravel's either going to meet or beat the price that they found. And in the event they can't, they're going to cut your client a voucher for 110% of the difference. Now, number two is for you guests. Everything you hear today, I promise, is going to make sense. It's going to get you excited. And we want to get you in business. We want you to partner with us tonight. You have 30 days to explore your business risk-free. 30 days, you get to look at your back office, which is your website. You get to even book a trip if you like. You get to take some trainings. Make sure that it's a good fit for you. And if for some reason on day 29, you're like, you know what? I do love to travel, but I like to pay full price. You know what? I forgot I was rich, so I'm not trying to save any money. Says no one, but you can absolutely return the trip back to us, get your full investment back. But number three was the one for me as an entrepreneur that really sealed the deal. It's the unique profit guarantee. Not only are they going to give you 30 days, because listen, it takes longer than 30 days to see anything start to grow and really, really profit. They're going to give you another 11 months. That means you're going to have a whole entire year to get plugged in with us, learn your business, take your training. And if for some reason you do not make or save what you've invested in this opportunity, they're going to cut you a check for the difference to make you whole. And guys, as somebody who has been here for almost 7 years, I can tell you nobody has ever had to use that unique profit guarantee because everybody that is working this business is in profit. So that's everything to do with IntelliTravel. But if you thought that that was all we had to offer, then you are in for a treat. Because guys, when I joined this business back in 2019, again, it made sense. I'm traveling. I need to make and save money in all ways that I can. But what I did not really pay attention to was building a network because a lot of us are scared to talk to people or we're scared to build a network. But as someone who is building a network, guys, if you really want to live your dream, you have to build a team. When you think about the Amazons of the world, when you think about the Apples of the world, all of those big organizations and corporations, they build a team. So why are we not? Why are we trying to become millionaires on our own? You should never rely on a single source of income. As Warren Buffett says, you must invest to create a second source. source. And guys, once you do that, I promise you, you are going to see not only your mind skyrocket, but as well as your bank account. So for everybody that you bring into this opportunity, everybody that partners with you, you've heard from three of my business partners today, Shannon, Desra, and Jacqueline. And every time they chose to partner with me, guess what? I made $50. Now, there's a lot of us on the line where we have referred somebody to a makeup artist, a hairstylist, a great restaurant. We even refer people to go to places on vacation, and we never get paid. When you refer somebody to get their own home-based travel agency started, you are going to get a direct sale every single week. So $50 is going to go directly to you. Now, when Shannon came into the business, Shannon's a Delta. She's also a preacher's kid. She knows tons of people. I didn't know Shannon was going to go out and start telling her friends and family, but guess what? I'm glad she did, because I made 50% of her check every single week. So if Shannon made $1,000 that week, guess who made $500? I did. I wasn't there for the sale, but I was there cheering Shannon on. Now, there is a $10 bonus that is going to run throughout your whole entire organization. Now, guys, that $10 bill, when it is compounding, when I tell you it is a game changer to your finances, it truly is. We are seeing people make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, up to $5,000 a week off of $10 bills. And that is all because people are just telling people about an amazing opportunity to travel like an insider. Now, what I love about Mr. Bradley is he set this business up kind of like the Olympics, right? And this is our PlanNet Builder program. And we start celebrating you as soon as you partner with three people. Guys, three people for me was easy. It was my aunt, my sister, my best friend. I knew they were traveling. I said, listen, I found the plug. We about to travel this world and get flat out wealthy while doing it. But guys, I was also a bronze builder. And if I have bronze builders in the chat, go ahead and put bronze in the chat. Let our guests know that is real. But we all know three more people. Shortly after that, I went silver builder. But if you're going to the Olympics, right? Don't you want the gold? Don't you want to be the Simone Biles? Because when you do go gold builder, it opens you up to more ways of getting paid. Just like if you go gold, let's say in the Olympics, it opens you up to more money, like getting on the Wheaties box, getting different things with Nike. But over here, you're going to get a raise, a $10 raise already, just from introducing 9 people to the opportunity. Soon as you bring that 10th person in, guys, now it's going to be $60 every direct sale, and then $35 for every 50%. But also on top of that, we were talking about Miss Jacqueline Kinlock getting that $1,700 commission that's coming her way. Well, guys, because I brought her into the building and into the business, and I'm a gold builder, guess who's getting $170? I didn't have anything to do with Thailand. Now, granted, I wish I would have went, but that's okay, because I know how to go to the bank and make sure that $170 clears, which it will. Then we're going to talk about that 10% match on the matrix. But how many of you have heard of residual income? If you've heard of residual income, put in the chat I have, but also, have you gotten residual income? Now that is the key, right? And Taz, there is nobody better to break down how our residual income over here works, because Taz, we've always been told those two words, and we thought it was exclusive to like Michael Jackson, to Prince, to Elvis, but we had no idea as average individuals that residual income could come along with our residual bills. So let's break down our residual component.
Absolutely. And I'm laughing so hard because I didn't realize you couldn't see me. So I would be honored to break that down. But when it comes to our residual income component, y'all, I always say, how many of us have residual bills? Right? And I mean, that means every single month that bill is coming, no matter what. See, I didn't even have to break it down. Y'all are already in the chat saying me, because many of us are expecting that residual first of the month rent to be due. But if you have residual bills, don't you think it just makes sense to have some residual income? And one of the best things that I love about this business is, prior to this business, I didn't even know I would have access to it. I didn't think it was something for me. I thought that it was exclusive to entertainers like Michael Jackson and Prince and all of those individuals. So when I found out that just by building a team, I would have access to residual income, I'm going to tell you quite honestly, I said, sign me up. But I want everybody to know this is not something you do by yourself. This is a team building matrix. So y'all can breathe, because it is not something that you're going to have to feel pressured about, because it's going to happen no matter what. Now, to unlock this income, you at least have to introduce the opportunity to 2 people. And I paused intentionally, because when I realized that it was that simple, Brandi, I already knew at least 2 individuals who said, look, I am tired of robbing Peter to pay Paul. I am tired of working 40 hours a week for somebody else and not having time for myself. I am tired of paying full price when it comes to my travel. So that was simple. But when you introduce the opportunity to people, you unlock access to over $48 of residual income every single month. Now, I'm not saying everybody should be jumping for joy for $48, but I'm smiling because it gets even better than that. When you're a bronze builder within this opportunity, like y'all seeing so many individuals in the chat, now you have access to between $156 and up to $1,452 every single month. Because y'all, you're going to receive a $4 bill for every individual who either falls or you put into your matrix. But those silver builders have access to over 4,000 and up to over $39,000 every single month. But Brandi, you said it best earlier. Everybody wants to go gold. And there's a reason for it. Because as a gold builder, you now unlock access to over $118,000 every single month. Now, hold on. Because again, I told y'all I have a spirit of discernment. And I felt like it was somebody saying, oh, see, I knew this was too good to be true. Well, let me tell you, it is good and it is true. And there are already individuals making over 100,000 a month within this business. But let me put something into perspective for you guys. Say you got this business 90% wrong, right? Because say you've never did it before, you don't know what to expect, and you only got it 10% right. Will the extra $11,000 every single month into your household hold you over until times get better? Okay. Well, let's go even further. Say you got this 99% wrong, just 1% right. Will an extra $1,100 into your household be able to change your zip code? See, you guys, sometimes when we think so big, it's kind of hard for us to see the vision, but you just got to keep in mind, you're only putting one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. But one thing you can be excited about is that each of you are going to have access to this residual income. But I always say that Gold Builder is the gateway to our directorship program. And y'all, this is really the envy of the industry. And it's going to make sense to y'all as I begin to break it down. But as a director, meaning your organization has grown to over 100 ITAs and teletravel agents around the world. You are now not only going to be coined a director within this business, but you will also begin to receive a director's bonus on the first of every single month. So you know how we talked about those residual bills, and some of us were clutching our pearls because I just reminded y'all that rent was going to be due on the first. But see, as a director, we get excited because we got a direct deposit that's going to be dropping into our bank account on the first of every single month. And get this, every director within this business is guaranteed no less than $1,000 of income from all of the income streams within this business every single month. And if they happen to fall short, can I tell you, they're still going to be cut a check for the difference, making them whole. Y'all, I work corporate America. And let me tell you, if I decided that I only want to work 30 hours that week or 20 hours that week, they weren't going to pay me for 40. So this is something to get excited about. But see, as a one-star director, you're going to start your month off with $500 on the first of every single month, but you also unlock another level of $10 team bonuses. 2 stars, 300 ITAs, $1,000 on the first, another level of 10 bonuses. 3 stars, 500 agents around the world. $2,000 starts their month off as a 3-star director. And myself, Miss Brandi Holmes Dennison, were introduced as 3-star directors. And we unlock another level of $10 team bonuses. But let me tell you, I could go on and on, all the way down to 10-star directorship. And as a 10-star, you'll start your month off with $250,000 every single month. But I would love for any of the directors that we have on the line to drop your directorship in the chat, because I know we have some directors. And look, I'm not gonna lie, Brandi, she didn't know I was gonna call on her, but I know she on the line because she working behind the scenes. And some of these individuals have not heard from the newest 1-star director. So would you mind if we brought up one of the newest 1-star directors within your organization, Miss Shannon Johnson? Would you mind? Miss Shannon Johnson, do we have you on the line as one of our newest directors within PlanNet Marketing?
Yes, ma'am, I am here. I'm excited to be presented on this slide.
Go ahead and please feel free to share whatever you like. We know that this has been a journey, but we are so happy for you and everything that is to come. But what has this journey been like, and how do you feel as the newest 1-star director?
I am absolutely loving everything about this opportunity. I am loving the chance to share with others how they can have residual income and financial freedom. And I'm bringing everyone along with me, my parents, my family, my sister, everyone's in this because I want us to make and save on our travel. And I want us to, build that legacy and residual income. So I'm never leaving. Y'all will see this smiling face every time because I'm all in.
Thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing that, y'all. And she didn't know I was gonna call on her, okay? But I love, love, love to bring her up because you guys, I just want y'all to know it is possible. Every step of the way, no matter what your goal is, it is possible for each and every one of y'all to achieve. But Mr. Bradley, our founder and visionary, says, you know what? I think, I'm going to have to put a ring on it because it's one thing for people to say they're making a particular income. It's another thing for them to be able to prove it. And he did just that because he actually put together a presidential ring and Rolex program signifying, starting off, that when you are making over six figures residually within this business, you are going to be granted one of those sapphire rings that you see Miss Brandi Holmes Dennison and myself on the line sporting it. But I can tell you, we're not the only sapphire ring wearers on this call. So if we have any other sapphire ring wearers bringing in over $8,333 at least per month, can y'all definitely represent yourself in the chat like Miss Danielle Farmer out in the Miami area? Love to see it. But I can tell y'all, she is ready to trade that ring on in because she is fastly approaching that $250,000, meaning that she will be making over $20,833 per month. And she's going to trade that sapphire ring in for that ruby ring. And I'm lying, y'all, when I say she's going to trade it in because she really gets to keep both. But she's going to sport that ruby ring. And we have any ruby ring earners on the line, definitely represent yourself. But I know when it comes to making over $500,000 a year, you're going to be granted that diamond ring. And one thing that I love, Brandi, is your coach actually sports this ring. It's not going to be for long, but she actually sports this ring, you guys, right out of Houston, Texas. And can I tell you, before she started this business, she couldn't even afford this business. She had to go to her mother to ask for the investment to start this business. And now to date, she is making over $500,000 a year as a diamond ring earner. But like I mentioned, she is fastly approaching that $1 million ring, signifying she'll be making over $83,333 per month, making her one of the first millionaire here in Texas within this business. So we are super excited about that. But she will receive that double diamond ring. And as 5-star directors, you are going to be given a Rolex watch. Now, Brandi, I didn't grow up ever saying that I desired a Rolex watch. But if they gonna give it to me, I will happily tell y'all what time it is every single time. But I can tell you guys, there is somebody on the line probably saying, okay, this sounds really good, but I don't know. Sometimes when stuff sounds too good, it's probably too good to be true. But Brandi, can you please let them know why this business is good and it is true?
Absolutely, Taz. And I can understand that because, unfortunately, some people have been scammed, from different things, and you can be skeptical. And one thing that I like to do is take the elephant out the room. This is not a pyramid, a scam, a scheme, a Ponzi, any of that. First of all, I like to educate people on what a true pyramid is. A pyramid has no product. A pyramid is just people signing up people, signing up people, signing up people, signing up people, and waiting for your name to come to the top, and then you cash out. I want y'all to really think about this. We're partnered with Disney. We're partnered with Marriott. We're partnered with Hilton. They would not put their reputation on the line if we were a pyramid. And if we were illegal, I guarantee you we would be in the basement sharing this information and not live at 5 on Zoom. Okay. This is an opportunity where it's legitimate network marketing. And I had to educate myself on what network marketing was. And when I started doing that, I realized that Donald Trump and some of our high income earner, Bill Gates, said if they did not make it in the business that they were in, network marketing would have definitely been what they did because it's such a low investment to reap a big reward. So guys, this is our income disclosure statement. We keep it 100 over here. We keep it real. This is always on our website, and we will get a 1099 in this business. The IRS knows us. If you were in a pyramid, guess what? They do not know you, but you will get a 1099 and you'll have so many different write-offs, over 300 different tax write-offs for your home-based business. Now you want to get back with your professional accountant to go over that, but Taz, I can speak a little bit on some of mine. I didn't know that I was able to write off my cable bill. I was able to write off part of my cable bill because we have to watch the Weather Channel. We have to watch the Travel Channel, which, two channels I don't watch, but I don't want to put anybody up in the air and there is a storm coming through, right? But also your Wi Fi, your cell phone, so many different things. And based off where you ranked in this company last year, this shows what was brought in on the low end, average, and the high. Now, Taz and I are both 3-star directors. Taz does this business full time. I'm doing this business part time. The majority of the people in this business are doing it part time. But on the low end, 3 stars brought in an extra $42,000. On the average, over $130,000, and on high, $745,000. Now, I don't know anywhere where you can do a part time business and supplement income of that magnitude. But Taz, one thing that I love is the heart of our founder, Mr. Bradley, because he truly is a man who is about average individuals getting to that extraordinary life. And this is a part of the business that I love for you to talk about because you are a mother. You have to think bigger. You have to think about what is going to be left if and when God calls you home. So I would love for you to share with our other mothers, and you could be a mom, a dad, an auntie, a godparent. What does our
Absolutely.
PlanNet pledge talk about?
Yeah, so this really, really hit home for me. I tell people all the time. I remember when I was going after directorship, I just remember saying every single day, Lord, please just let me make it to where I would be able to leave this pledge for my daughter. But I want everybody to really understand this. So I'm going to read it verbatim. And it says, as a PlanNet marketing director, you can feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, because we all know, right? It's not a if, it's just a when. The PlanNet business that you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your PlanNet marketing weekly commissions, director pay, director bonuses, and monthly residual income for the rest of their lives and for generations to come. So I always say a 401k plan, that's great. A life insurance policy is absolutely amazing, but y'all, that is one time. This business will continue to pay out your family. And my daughter loves her mother very, very, very much. But when I leave this earth, I can assure that she's probably going to have some issues. But I'm proud to say finances won't be one of them because of the decision that I've made within this business. So, for any of you all who've ever thought about what type of legacy you're going to leave, I can tell you it is right in front of you. But at the end of the day, I just want to let everybody know, right? This is truly a turnkey business. I said it before, I'll say it again. Everything you need, you already have. All of the tools that you need, all of the training that you desire. I never did a business like this before. Before starting this business, y'all, again, I worked corporate America. That was what I knew. But when I came into this business, they said, let me show you. And all of my coaches were making 6 and 7 figures. And one thing I was so grateful for is that they didn't just sign me up. They didn't just get me into this business. They showed me how to get to where they are. And they did just that. But then on top of that, you guys, you're able to attend so many different events around the world, which is one of my favorite parts about this business, including where we just got back from our PlanNet Marketing International Convention. Y'all, this was actually our 10-year international convention. It was absolutely amazing. We got to hear from Mr. John C. Maxwell, who, for if you know, you know, he is the king of leadership. And we were in Orlando, Florida. We're going to be back there next year. So when you get your business started, definitely get your ticket for this event because it's one that you don't want to miss. But Brandi, I know that you have a business partner who you would like to also bring up when it comes to everything that he's actually received and have experienced when it comes to this business. So go ahead.
Absolutely, because Taz, the travel business, a lot of people will think that is just for women, right? Because technically women do most of the booking when it comes to booking the family for vacations and things of that nature. But what I can say, the travel business definitely hits very good for the men. And so I wanted to bring a man into the Zoom today because I wanted our men that are our guests to have a different perspective because we always are hearing from the women. The women are out here killing it, but we know that the men are the high income earners. Now, Keith, which is one of my business partner's husband, he came to convention this year. Now, he knew that his wife was in the business. He was supporting her through and through, whatever she needed, but she wanted him to really see the business. And sometimes you got to let people see the business. So when he came back from convention, presentation, he has been on fire ever since. So Keith, I would love for you to come to the Zoom and just share with us, what was the game changer? What was the switch, the light bulb, the aha moment for you when it came to this business?
Yeah, it was a lot, Brandy. I mean, just seeing like so many people there, like really like developed, it wasn't all about their growth financially, but they were also growing like from a personal development standpoint. And then seeing the opportunities there in real time, seeing people who have come into the business after their coach or the person that introduced them to the business, and they come in and it surpassed them in growth. It just really showed me like, if you put effort into this business, no matter where you come in, that you can excel in this business. I was fired up from it. Seeing everybody on stage getting their awards for growing and making money, we're being rewarded for doing that. It just made me want to come and not only support my wife, but like join the team and bring others in too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate that. But guys, we are wrapping it up. So the big question is, how do I start? And this is what's so crazy, y'all. It is literally the price of brunch. All right. It is $199.90, especially if you are in the Houston area. $199.90, give me 10 cents. Let's call it $200. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. It's going to get you 2 debt-free businesses where there is no inventory, there is no quota, and there are amazing benefits and perks. Now, the reason why you see 3 prices on your screen, we broke down where your $200 is going. $19.95 of that is going to go to PlanNet Marketing. That's what I went over at the beginning. Our founder, our CEO, Mr. Donald Bradley, started this company because he wanted to help everybody who was willing to help themselves. And because of that, he has now created 8 millionaires, and he has vowed to create 100. So you are here just in time. Now, $179.95, that is going to go to IntelliTravel. That is how you are now going to be your own VIP. All right. You're going to be traveling like an insider. You're going to get your VIP travel benefits, everything that you need to run and operate your personalized website. You're going to be your own Expedia, guys. Just imagine somebody calling you up and saying, hey, can you book me for Vegas? And you're able to say, sure, just go ahead, go on my link, book your own trip, but you get paid. Now, we are in business, so there is a cost to doing business monthly. And the cost over here is only $2 a day. You can't even get coffee for that price anymore. So $60 a month, $19.95 of that is going to go to PlanNet Marketing, and $39.95 of that is going to go to IntelliTravel. Plus, guys, you are even able to add an app to this. You're going to get an app on both of the businesses where it keeps up with your business. All of the guesswork has been taken out. It is literally set up for you to succeed. So we usually have 3 people in the room. We have the number ones. They're like, listen, I got my $199 ready. Okay. Y'all could have stopped talking a long time ago. Send me the link and let's get it on and popping. Please, if you are a number one, put in the chat number one and who invited you, because we want to make sure we congratulate you, shout you out, as well as congratulate the person that got you started. Number 2, you have questions. Amazing. We are here for that. We are going to open up the Zoom for some questions. Please ask us here. Do not get off the Zoom and ask somebody who did not see the Zoom what they thought about a presentation they did not see. They're not going to be able to advise you correctly. And be careful who you ask life advice from, because you are also buying their lifestyle. Now, number 3, you say no, thank you. And if you are a number 3, guess what? We still love you. You do not have to go in witness protection. You do not have to go in hiding. You do not have to stop answering our calls. We just wanted to let you know what we are doing now to move our family as far from the poverty line. And we found it selfish if we did not tell everybody we know. And if you are a no thank you right now, what we are going to ask you to do is, whoever invited you to the Zoom, they are already in the business. So instead of supporting someone you don't know, like Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, support somebody you do know. Whenever you are traveling in the future, whenever you're going to those Beyonce, Ushers, or any type of entertainment or sports event, please buy that from the person that invited you and allow them to make that money to bring that home into their household if you are yet not ready to bring it home to your household. So we have each reached the end of this presentation. We'd like to say start your journey of success. I have added today because, Taz, listen, why are we waiting, right? The journey of 1,000 miles, it begins with one step. But what I've learned in this business, if you take one step, you have a whole team of people who will take 3. All right. We have upgraded it. So Shannon, let's do a stop share. Let's see what's happening in our chat. Shannon, can you let us know, do we see any questions? Anybody getting started today, or just any words of encouragement at all?
Yes, absolutely. So we are so excited for the ones in the chat. We want to congratulate Chloe. She's the number one getting started with Takira. So congratulations. We want to congratulate Brian, a number one getting started with Tatiana. And to all the future business owners, we want to congratulate you. So, Coach, how do they start if they want to get started?
Absolutely. If you are ready to get your business up and started, you want to get back with the person that invited you. They have a special link. It takes about 10 minutes to enroll. You want to click on that link. It will come with all of the enrollment instructions, and you are going to be open for business within 24 to 48 hours. Guys, when I tell you it's as easy as signing up for Facebook, and I'm so grateful for this business because I didn't have a plan. Taz, I've been a makeup artist and been an entrepreneur for 26 years, and I was not thinking about what my 60, 70, 80-year-old self was going to look like. As I started getting older, for some reason, when you hit 40, Taz, which I know you got some years to go, some like a decade to go, you're going to start, but see, you did good. You already set your life up. You on your way. You're going to start thinking like, oh my goodness, what is going to be my older life? What is my, because you're starting to see the inflation, the price of living going up. So I was literally sitting there like, okay, I can be the Walmart greeter. I can be a crossing guard, because I knew I couldn't be a makeup artist at 80. My glasses weren't going to be thick enough to see where to put y'all eyelashes on, right? So I'm so grateful that a friend of mine did not let me miss this, because I heard about this business 9 years ago and I turned it down foolishly. I said, now I don't do those things. That's not for me. I'm already a six-figure earner in my business. I just was poorly educated. I did not know the power of network marketing. And I did not think about setting up my older life because I didn't come from entrepreneurs. I came from people who said, go to school, get an education, and get a job. And then at the age of 26, I said, there has got to be more to life than just working for somebody and building their dream. And I'm so glad that my friend did not give up on me. And she said, no, you're going to see this business come hell or high water. And here I am now, after 13 months of building my business, I was able to build it to $100,000 residually. So Taz, we're in Houston. We know if a hurricane comes through here, if COVID comes through here, we're good. We have money that is dropping every single month off of something we did one time. So Taz, I would love for you to close us out. Let us know, why this is still something you're so excited about and why you're never going to stop talking about this business.
Absolutely. Look, when $60 a month has heated you over six figures, I feel like nothing is left to be said. To be honest, everybody is on this line. They're looking for something, they're desiring for something. And we're in an economy today where if you don't make a decision within your household to change the trajectory of wherever direction your life is going on, somebody's going to make that decision for you. And so at the end of the day, you guys, this is not $1 million decision. Although this business can heat you $1 million, it's only $200 to get started. So get back to the person that invited you. I know that Shannon has been in the chat answering those questions, but we've reached the top of the hour, and I can definitely tell you, you are going to be in good hands with the individuals who have invited you out tonight. You are going to have amazing leadership, you guys. So don't worry about having any fears, having any doubts, having any hesitations. Just go after it, because I can assure you from experience, it's going to be one of the best decisions you have ever made in your life. But we can't wait to see each and every one of you guys, especially the new business partners who are getting started. We cannot wait to see you guys next week with your own guest on Millennial Mood Mondays 2.0, the favorite day of the week. But that is going to conclude tonight's presentation, you guys. Brandi, it has been such an honor. Thank you so much, Shannon, for serving. Thank you for everybody who gave their gracious testimony tonight. And we will see y'all next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.